And so I wanted to talk about comparisonitis and FOMO, fear of missing out. And this sort of came about because I was in a group on Facebook. It's a spiritual group, not the Living 5D group, a different group. And I was noticing how people seem to be quite afraid of sometimes talking. Excellent. Sometimes people feel a bit embarrassed about talking about their successes and their growth. And sometimes the response you get when you do talk about your successes or your growth can be a bit muted. And it can make you feel a bit weird, right? This wasn't happening to me. This was something I was witnessing. And then I was noticing conversations amongst friends, away from the 5D group, and I noticed it's a pattern that often happens. It was a painful week, Monica. I hope that means physically painful. But let us know how you can help. Hi, Rochelle. Are you on the train? So I also was aware, as a holistic therapist, which I was for 25 years, I could have fallen prone to that because I have friends, some of whom are in this group, who are immensely successful in what they do. They're earning a really great income and they're thriving. And although my Feel Good Treatments business was 22 years old when I shut it, this business, Energetics Every Day, is about 15 months old. So it's really young in comparison. And I'm still figuring out all my offerings and how I want to help you guys. And I'm growing a lot in that process. All good, right? But I could go into comparison mode with my more successful colleagues. And so I wanted just to explore that with you guys. And I wanted, first of all, to talk about how comparisonitis makes you feel. And actually, fear of missing out can make you feel as well. So the first thing is it can really lead to a feeling of frustration. Why is this not happening to me? Why are they succeeding and I'm not? What are they doing differently to me? Why do people like their stuff, not mine? Why am I... A lot of people experience the 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or they get some success and then it seems to go away, that kind of thing. And that can lead into a feeling of helplessness and being stuck in a cycle or a pattern of behavior. And then with comparisonitis, there is the issue of self-sabotage and perfectionism. So from the outside looking in, you might think that the person you're comparing to, their life is perfect. You might feel like they've got the partner, they have the business, maybe they've got children, maybe they haven't, they're going on holiday a lot and you're not. All of those things are happening. And when you compare yourself to their lives, you feel that lack. And it is this image of perfect life that is really triggering you if you're feeling comparisonitis. And the thing you need to understand is, hi Lucy, the thing you need to understand is that it's a facade, because no one's life is perfect. We all have irritating things that are not always working. For all you know, the person who you're looking at and comparing yourself to with their business and looking at their perfect life, you might notice that, you may not know rather, that they are having marital problems, or perhaps they have infertility problems, or perhaps they are caring for a relative with something really serious and they're offering palliative care. So no one's life is perfect, but from the outside looking in, and especially with the advent of social media, we get this very curated image of people's lives. And I want you to understand that no one's life is perfect. And then along with that perfectionism, so that's the external perfectionism, but then there's self-sabotage and perfectionism that comes from internally, which is, if I'm going to compare to this person, if I'm going to match up to that person, then I need to be perfect in my business and I need to be perfect in my relationships, which puts a lot of pressure on you. And it can lead to self-sabotage, where you might be, and I had this actually last year, where my guidance was, you're spending too much creating and you're not actually selling. You're not actually going out there and saying to people, look what I have to offer you. Look how I can help you. And instead, I was just creating and creating and creating, having a whale of a time, but not actually earning any money. And so when I compared myself to my more successful peers, I was like, well, what are they doing? That, well, what they're doing is selling. And I wasn't, right? So I want you to notice there's two sides to the perfectionism. There's the one that's coming from inside us, where we have to get everything perfect before we can put ourselves out in the market. And then there's the perfectionism of the curated reel. So yeah, we compare ourselves to their highlight reel. That's exactly it. But the thing about this is that when you go into comparison, you are going into the energy of lack. You are highlighting frustration in your energy and hopelessness. And if you have been in my group for a little while, and if you have been practicing your connection to your higher self and doing various other courses that are offered within the 5D community and in here, then you will know that there is a better way. And that better way is to talk to your higher self. It is to make that connection. It is to say to your higher self, I don't like feeling this way, and I want you to help me feel better. I want you to help me understand where this belief comes from, that I am less worthy of success, or I am less worthy of that relationship. Where does this hopelessness come from? Show it to me and give me a new truth. And you change that energy. Now, the other thing about comparisonitis is that it's not taking account of your journey. Every single one of us even, has had a unique journey. There will be similarities. I'm not saying there won't be. But your journey is unique to you. I know there are people within the 5D community who have been on the same journey for me for as long as me, whose journeys have been very similar to mine. But there are differences. And that uniqueness of your journey, when you compare yourself to someone else and you say, they're doing better than me, and leave yourself wanting, it actually just pushes away your uniqueness. It makes you think all my experiences, and this is unconscious, all my experiences become irrelevant because I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy enough. But it is actually your uniqueness and your experience and your trials, tribulations, and celebrations that make you the right person. Now, if, for example, you're selling a product that is like a t-shirt, like I do in my Etsy store, or a beauty product that some of you, I think Lucy's selling creams, Monica is selling products that are decorative, you might think, well, what's that got to do with worthiness or perfectionism or my journey even, right? Well, it's your journey that has brought you to these things. I said last week, my ideal customer for my t-shirts is someone who likes original designs. They like to buy from people with who are local, so there's less air miles, traffic miles. They'll be supporting small businesses, right? With Lucy's products, it might be someone who likes to support a small business with a bespoke product because they feel more special. And that might be something that Lucy's had to work on, is feeling more special. With Monica's business, I know it's not just decoration. I think she does flower arranging and cakes and stuff like that. And there is such beauty in those products. And it could be that Monica's journey, until she got to this point and launched her business, Monica's journey was maybe filled with lots of beauty growing up through nature or through her environment. And actually what she's doing, because of her unique experience, she is bringing that through in her products and bringing the energy of beauty to other people. Now, I've been lucky enough to receive one of Monica's stuff, little ornaments, and it's beautiful. It's so pretty. And I just saw it and I just smiled. So it has this energy of uplift to it, right? So remember that your journey affects your services and your products that you're bringing to the wider world. The people you see who are doing better than you, their journey will affect their services and products, right? And just because they look successful doesn't mean that they're really happy either. You know, we all know people who seem to have it all, but they're never happy. They're always disgruntled, always complaining, always moaning. So don't get fooled by the external facade. You guys in this group who work with me on the membership or just do your own work with your higher selves, you guys are high vibe individuals. You are doing the work. Keep doing it. Don't let someone else's external facade put you off. And then you've got FOMO, or fear of missing out. And that is really about not understanding your soul contract, but it's also not understanding your flow of energy. Yes, successful is your personal measure of success. I was going to come to that at the end, actually, and I'll talk about it a bit more. So with FOMO, it's not understanding your flow of energy, but it's also not believing that you will complete what you're here to complete and not believing in time and magic. You have a soul contract that is valid for here. If you're in precious loving time, it's slightly different, but most of you will have a soul contract you're working. Well, when you die, you get to continue working your soul contract on the other side. It's not like you lay around on a cloud doing la 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 for infinity. No, you get to work on the things that you didn't get done here because that is the opportunity that's afforded to you. You don't have to, but that is the opportunity afforded to you. So you can never run out of time. Now, if you're thinking, well, my business is a physical product and how can I do it from non-physical? Well, you might do it by inspiring someone who may be a future life for your higher self, or you might become a guide for someone else who is going to create a similar product, but you're going to bring your energy to them and experience what success is through them. So I want you to understand that you have lots of time right now. This is me talking as someone who's in their mid-50s, who's a bit closer to 60 than she would like to be. And I'm really conscious of my age. But when I thought about my age, and then I thought about, hang on, my soul is eternal and I can do this work even if I'm not physical, I stopped worrying about it. And instead, I went back to my flow of energy. And I brought my focus. And this is what FOMO does. It takes your focus away from right now. What can I do right now? I brought my focus back to my work right now. I got back to what is blocking my energy? How am I blocking my energy? What are my thought patterns that I need to clear? What are my beliefs I need to clear? Do I need to energize the flow to my Etsy store or to my membership? Do I need to energize another product that I'm working on, right? These are some of the things that I come back to if I fall down into FOMO. Some of you know Amanda Farrar, who is flying with Enigma, right? And kudos to her. She has worked incredibly hard to get there. It is a beautiful, beautiful program, right? She is helping people shift out of those patterns and beliefs that no longer serve them. And it is fast tracking people to where they want to be. Did that happen overnight for her? No, it did not. She was an acupuncturist for 21 years and, like me, a Reiki master teacher. She's then gone through 5 years of the Live and RAF programs. She knows how hard it's been. I could look at her and go, oh my God, look at her business. It's flying. I could do that. And as I'm a human, maybe I have done that. But I'm also bigger than that small-minded person. I'm more than that. And I can go kudos to Amanda. She has done her work. She has received what she needed to receive. She has collated on it. She has created a program that is effective, important, needed, well done. And instead of feeling FOMO or feeling the comparison, I'm using it to inspire me. What can I do? Why am I using it to inspire me? Because I'm no less able than her. And I want you guys to remember that you are no less able than anyone that you deem as a mentor or someone to look up to within these spiritual circles. I don't care if it's Gabrielle Bernstein, whether it's Wayne Dyer. I don't care if it's, any of those big people, Louise Hay. I know they're both dead, but get the feeling, Anita Moorjani. It doesn't matter who you are looking up to. They have done their work. So when you feel that comparisonitis, when you feel that FOMO, what I want you to do is take it as a sign that you need to bring your attention back inward. You need to look at your patterns, look at your limiting beliefs, look at the flow of energy within your business or within whatever it is that you're targeting, whether it's meeting an eternal pair or a lover or whatever you're trying to do, lose weight, whatever it is. Bring your energy back to you. Stop sending it out. Stop kind of going, oh, they're doing so much better than me. That must make them better than me. No, it does not make them better than you. You are the most epic person in your life. None of us have walked in your shoes. Even if you have an identical twin, no one has walked in your shoes because we all perceive and understand completely differently. If you have a sibling or a twin with whom you're very close, they might have had similar experiences, but they will not have had the same experiences as you, right? So this is what I wanted to say to you about comparisonitis and FOMO. Any questions for me before I go on to the cards? I signed up. Yay! Well done, Gwen. Now, I have to say, Gwen is another one who is, she's got momentum behind her and she's beginning to move. Watch her. She's going to start flying and it will be epic because she's done the work. She's gathered herself up, she's got the momentum, and she's flying. So I want you guys, like all of you, whether you are just starting out, whether you have just started your energetic journey, it doesn't matter. I look at people who started their journey. I started my energetic journey in 1995, right? It has taken me almost 30 years to get to this point, right? I have seen people who started their journey less than 18 months ago and are now energetically in the same place as me. And I'm like, what the frick? It's taken 30 years for me. Now, in that 30 years, I've learned a lot. And that was the energy. When I started energy work, the energy was like treacle. It was really dense and really hard. And, the world was a much more skeptical place and a lot less open. But the energy has shifted now. And so the people who are coming on behind are now able to move so fast through their journeys. Brilliant. Kudos to them, right? I could be annoyed at that. But it's like, it's a waste of energy. What is the cost of energy to you for comparing yourself or for feeling that FOMO? It is a self-sabotage. It is not going to help you. So please come back to yourselves. Look at how brilliant you are. Look at how your life experiences, what have they been teaching you? What have they been getting you to understand? What beliefs do you need to change about yourself and other people around you? And, when you look at that other person's success, you can look at it. When you understand how true your energy is, you can look at it and cheer for them, right? And that's what I want for you. Okay. Right. He's 35. So well done for not. Yeah. Brilliant. Good for him. You know, I was in my mid-20s when I decided to embark on my self-healing journey. Sorry, my laptop is binging and bonging. Yes, you can, Monica. And I found, I felt that I had to keep it quite quiet because I wasn't sure about judgment and things like that. And it set me on a path that I never realized would even bring me to here. You know, when I started my self healing journey, I just wanted to understand some stuff about myself. I wasn't looking to make a career out of this. And yet here I am, you know, nearly 30 years later, here I am. So if you're not sure if you're receiving, if you're connecting properly, before you ask Domain to do anything for you, Kerry, I would just get used to how it feels for you. I mean, I'm not too surprised if you are too tired because you've got a lot on with work, a toddler, kids, husband. You're doing Enigma. I know you're doing the next levels. You know, you've got a lot going on. But with Domain, you can, one of the things I do with Domain is I ask every day for Domain to help me make my day feel better and easier and give me enough energy. So you can go to Domain and just say, I want to feel you every day, and then make my day easier. So try that as something really simple to use, okay, and see if that helps you. All right. Okay, I'm going to say good night to you all. My brain is a little bit tired. I was at a really, really brilliant meeting for a few hours today about improving my business, but my brain is a bit tired. I think I'm going to go and lie down. I'm going to send you all lots of love. I just wanted to let you know we are at the 6th of February. There is just 9 days left if you want to join the membership at £30 per month. And after that, it goes up to £47 per month. If you want to know about the membership, I will put a link in here as usual and you can have a look. And then the other thing, was there something else I wanted to tell you? No, I think that's all. Oh, the sale in my Etsy store is still on. It's going on till the end of February. So please have a look, share it with your friends, let them see. If you live in the UK and you order a deck of Connecting to the Truth of You cards, it's free P&P as well. All right, sending you all loads of love. Have a brilliant week. Let me know if you tried the energy practices from last week. I'd love to hear your outcomes. And if possible, give you some guidance on them. Might put a post up about that tomorrow. All right, take care now. Be good, love each other, and have a good week.